When you hear the words food processing, do you picture neon-colored snacks rolling off mysterious factory lines? It's a common image, but food processing is so much more than just packaged chips and cookies. In fact, it's something you do every single day, often without even realizing it. Every time you chop a carrot, stir a pot, or sprinkle a pinch of salt, you're actually processing food right in your own kitchen. It's not just about big machines and assembly lines. It's about the simple, everyday actions that transform raw ingredients into something delicious and safe to eat. Food processing is any deliberate change we make to food before eating it. Cooking, chopping, blending, fermenting, or even just salting. These actions might seem small, but they're powerful tools that humans have used for thousands of years. Why do we process food? At its core, it's about survival and making the most of what we have. Processing helps us unlock nutrients, improve flavors, and make food last longer. Many foods are unsafe or inedible when raw. Think about potatoes, beans, or meat. Processing them through cooking or soaking makes them safe, digestible, and much more enjoyable. Processing isn't just about safety, it's also about preservation. By drying, salting, fermenting, or canning, we can keep food edible for weeks or even months, long after harvest. Before the invention of refrigerators, these methods were essential. Drying, salting, and canning allowed people to survive harsh winters and unpredictable harvests by turning perishable foods into reliable pantry staples. These preservation techniques let our ancestors store food for months, ensuring their families had enough to eat even when fresh supplies ran out. In many ways, your kitchen is like a laboratory, and you're the scientist. Every time you cook, you're manipulating molecules, fighting spoilage, and creating new flavors and textures. Understanding the science behind these everyday actions can make you a more confident and creative cook, able to experiment and improve your meals. So, embrace your inner food processor. Every meal you make is a chance to experiment, learn, and enjoy the magic of transformation. Let's dive deeper and explore the fascinating chemistry that happens every time you prepare a meal, right in your own kitchen. When it comes to preserving and transforming food, the most basic and essential tools at our disposal are heat, cold, and dehydration. These three methods have been used for centuries, forming the backbone of food processing in every culture around the world. Heat is a powerful force in the kitchen. It doesn't just cook food, it fundamentally changes it. When we apply heat, proteins in meat and eggs denature or unravel, while starches in grains and vegetables break down, making them easier to digest. This process not only makes food safer by killing harmful microbes, but also enhances flavors, aromas, and textures, turning raw ingredients into delicious meals. Cold, especially freezing, is another crucial method. While freezing doesn't actually kill most microbes, it halts their activity by turning water inside the food into ice. This stops spoilage in its tracks, allowing us to keep food fresh for months at a time. The speed of freezing matters. A rapid freeze creates smaller ice crystals, which helps preserve the food's original texture and quality when it's thawed. That's why commercial freezers are so powerful. Dehydration, or drying, is one of the oldest preservation techniques. By removing water, we create an environment where bacteria, yeasts, and molds simply can't survive or grow. This method is perfect for making snacks like dried fruits, vegetable chips, and even powdered ingredients. Drying food is truly ancient. Think of jerky, sun-dried tomatoes, or dried mushrooms. Not only does it extend shelf life, but it also concentrates flavors, making foods more intense and satisfying. Cooking, freezing, and drying. These three methods are the foundation of food processing. They allow us to safely store food, reduce waste, and enjoy a wider variety of ingredients year-round. Each method addresses key challenges: safety, digestibility, and storage. By using them, we protect ourselves from foodborne illness, make nutrients more accessible, and keep food available even when fresh supplies run low. All of these techniques rely on simple principles of physics and chemistry. They change food at the molecular level, altering structure, flavor, and nutritional value in ways that benefit us. So every time you cook, freeze, or dry something, you're not just following a recipe, you're conducting a science experiment in your own kitchen, discovering how these forces shape what we eat. This is how we transform perishable, fragile ingredients into safe, satisfying, and nourishing meals that can be enjoyed anytime. And the best part? It all starts right in your own kitchen, with simple tools and a bit of curiosity. Let's talk canning. Preserving food with heat and acid. First, heat jars are filled and heated to kill bacteria, yeasts, and molds. High-acid foods like tomatoes need only boiling water. Acid helps keep microbes at bay. Low-acid foods require a pressure canner to destroy tough spores like. Pressure raises the temperature above boiling, ensuring safety. As jars cool, a vacuum seal forms, keeping new microbes out. That pop when you open a jar. That's the vacuum breaking. Pickling uses acid, usually vinegar, to create an environment where spoilage bacteria can't survive. Acid preserves and transforms flavor, turning cucumbers into pickles. Sometimes, canning and pickling are combined for double protection. It's chemistry and physics working together to keep food safe and delicious. That's the magic behind every jar in your pantry. Not all microbes are enemies, some are culinary partners. Enter the fascinating world of fermentation, where science meets art in the kitchen. Fermentation uses friendly bacteria, yeasts or molds to transform food, creating new flavors and preserving it. This ancient technique has been used for centuries to enhance taste and extend shelf life. Cheese starts with milk and bacteria. They turn lactose into lactic acid, forming curds and whey. This process is the foundation of countless cheese varieties enjoyed worldwide. The type of bacteria and aging time create everything from mozzarella to cheddar. Each cheese has its own unique texture and flavor profile, shaped by its fermentation journey. Yogurt is similar. Specific bacteria ferment milk, thickening it and adding tang. This transformation not only enhances flavor but also boosts nutritional value. The acid also preserves yogurt, making it last longer than milk. This preservation method is a natural way to keep dairy fresh and delicious. Sauerkraut and kimchi rely on lactic acid bacteria naturally found on cabbage. These traditional dishes are staples in many cultures, celebrated for their bold flavors. Salt and packing create a brine where only good bacteria thrive, producing that signature tang. This environment is crucial for the development of their distinctive taste. Fermentation is controlled decomposition, nature's way of making food safer and tastier. It's a delicate balance of science and tradition, resulting in culinary masterpieces. It's a perfect example of harnessing microbes for culinary magic. Chefs and scientists alike explore this process to innovate and create new flavors. Some of the world's best foods are born from this process. From tangy kimchi to creamy yogurt, fermentation offers a diverse palette of tastes. Fermentation, delicious science in action. It's a testament to the power of nature and human ingenuity, bringing joy to our tables every day. Bread is a marvel of food chemistry. It starts with flour and water. Gluten and gliadin proteins form gluten when needed, creating an elastic network. Yeast joins in, feeding on sugars and producing carbon dioxide gas. The gluten traps these bubbles, causing the dough to rise. Baking triggers, oven spring, a final burst of expansion before the structure sets. Starches gelatinize, gluten firms up, and the loaf becomes airy and light. The crust's golden color comes from caramelization, and the Maillard reaction, sugars and proteins browning for flavor. These same reactions give seared steak its crust. Bread isn't just baked, it's a symphony of biology and chemistry. Every slice is science you can taste. We eat with our eyes, and processing shapes what we see and feel. Cooking green veggies can dull their color. Quick blanching keeps them bright by limiting heat exposure. Cured meats get their red hue from nitrites reacting with myoglobin, not from cooking. Processing also sculpts texture. Applesauce is just cooked, mashed apples with broken down cell walls. Slow-cooked meat turns tough collagen into soft gelatin, making it tender. Some textures are pure invention, like potato chips. Slicing, frying, and salting transform dense potatoes into crispy, airy snacks. Heat turns water to steam, creating a porous crunch. Starch gelatinizes and fries, forming a glassy shell. Processing lets us create textures and appearances nature never intended. It's how we make food more appealing and fun to eat. Every bite is a product of transformation. Processing unlocks flavors hidden in raw ingredients. The Maillard reaction and caramelization create hundreds of new aroma compounds. Think roasted, nutty, and savory notes. Fermentation is a flavor powerhouse. Lactic acid gives yogurt and sauerkraut their tang, while enzymes in cheese create complex, earthy flavors. Soy sauce's umami comes from fermented glutamates. Even chopping garlic triggers chemistry. Crushing cells creates a lichen, the source of its pungent aroma. Processing can also remove unwanted flavors. Olives are bitter until brined, and chocolate is smoothed by conching. It's about dialing up the good flavors and taming the bad. Every step, from chopping to fermenting, is a chance to shape taste. Processing is the chef's tool for flavor mastery. It's how we turn simple ingredients into unforgettable meals. Chemistry is always on the menu. Food processing isn't evil, it's essential. Pasteurization, canning and freezing make food safer and more accessible. Minimally processed foods, like bagged spinach or canned tuna, are nutritious allies. The problem arises with ultra-processed foods, industrial products loaded with additives, sugar, and unhealthy fats. These foods are engineered for taste and convenience but often lack nutrition. They're easy to overeat and can undermine health if they dominate your diet. The key is balance. Focus on whole and minimally processed foods. Use processed foods for safety and convenience, not as the mainstay. Understand the spectrum from fresh produce to ultra-processed snacks. Build your diet around the first two categories. Treat ultra-processed foods as occasional treats, not daily staples. Processing is a tool. Use it wisely for health and enjoyment. The big takeaway? Knowledge is power in the kitchen. Understanding food chemistry lets you cook with confidence and creativity. You become a smarter shopper, able to spot the difference between minimally and ultra-processed foods. Read ingredient lists critically. Less is often more. Cooking from scratch puts you in control of what goes into your food. Use whole, minimally processed ingredients as your foundation. Homemade meals are usually more nutritious and delicious. Food processing is a tool. Use it to create, not just consume. Appreciate the science, experiment boldly, and enjoy the results. The kitchen is your lab. Happy cooking.